We all face major changes in life, whether it's changing schools, to a move, a breakup, or even a new job. And although changes can be exciting, they can involve stress, especially if the change is unexpected or unwanted. With that said, change can build strength and afford new opportunities if we keep an open mind. Here with positive ways to manage change is developmental psychologist and my dear friend, Dr. Marty Erickson. Thank you so much for coming in.
I'm so glad to be here, Zach.
Thank you very, very much. Changes can bring a whole plethora of different emotions.
That's right. You know, people often feel powerless, especially if it's an unwanted or unexpected change. They feel uncertain about what the future holds. And they also often just feel a great sense of loss because of connections that they might lose, routines. So they're not sure yet how they're going to replace those.
And with that, anxiety, depression, loss of appetite, it can spark many different things.
It can. And, you know, if you're really having serious difficulty with the change, it's important to get professional help. But there are lots of things you can do other than that to try to really reframe it in a positive way and use it as an opportunity.
And that's why we called you in today.
That's right, yeah.
What can we do?
I can talk about this. I don't always do it. As you know, I'm dealing with a little stress in my own life at the moment.
Yes. Where do we start?
Well, I think first of all, you really want to talk with trusted friends about what you're feeling. Right. You know, if you just sit with your feelings, then you're dependent on your own self-talk. And many of us don't have very good self-talk in those times. You want to talk with somebody who really has your best interest at heart, will empathize with your negative feelings, but also help you focus on positive things.
Make a list of pros and cons, opportunities?
Oh, absolutely. And I think, you know, really taking an inventory of what the opportunities are, you know, write them down even. Writing things down makes them more real. So really think about what the opportunities are, even if you're feeling very sad about the change.
We always talk about talking and reflecting on things that you have been able to overcome or past successes.
Exactly. And you know, we forget that sometimes. We get so caught up in the negative feelings of an unexpected change that we forget that we have conquered things in the past. And I think about my granddaughter who had two friends move away about 2 years apart, but her two very closest friends in the world moved to different states. That was devastating. She was in 3rd grade and then 5th grade, but she really accomplished handling those very well. And so I keep trying to remind her of that when new things come up.
And stay in touch with those folks.
Yes, and make a concrete plan for doing that. You know, don't just leave it to chance. Again, thinking of my granddaughter Clara, she used to do FaceTime and do homework with these friends out of state, and then sometimes they would have an after school snack together. I love that. You know, so stay in touch.
Marty, we will be in touch
we
as
will.
always.
I am going to miss you
I'm
so
going to
much.
miss you as well.
I
Thank
love
you so
this
much.
man. I really do.
Thank you so much for coming in.
Oh, well,
of course,
thank
we'll put
you.
all of this information online on KARE11.com after the show.